You ever have one of those days where you step off a plane, think you're about to walk into your perfect, hard-earned slice of the American dream, and within an hour you're suddenly starring in your own suburban true crime documentary, only you're not the hero? You're the victim, and the villains are a bunch of entitled strangers with all the subtlety of a wrecking ball. Yeah, that happened. Let me back up a sec. I'm Chris Adabel, software architect stress case, and at that point, owner of a freshly renovated two-story colonial in a place called Pleasant Pines, which, despite the name, had a mean streak. 2 weeks in Jamaica, son, family, peace, all gone the second I pulled into my driveway, already picturing myself face down on my brand new couch. First red flag. The porch light was on, and I know for a fact I turned everything off. Second, I caught a whiff of something nasty, stale pizza, gym socks, old fast food coming from inside. But the real punchline was waiting for me in the living room. There, among a battlefield of chip bags, dirty plates, and soda cans, sprawled a guy who looked like every mother's warning against video games come to life. Mustard yellow shirt, stretched over a belly that had seen better days, headset on fingers glued to a controller, grunting at my new TV like he owned the place. I just stared, suitcase sliding out of my hand, brain crashing. "Excuse me," I finally barked, and he had the nerve to smirk like I was the intruder. "Oh hey, you must be the dude who owns the place," he says, totally casual. "My mom said you wouldn't be back for a while." At this point, I'm so far past confused, I'm in a new zip code. Who the hell are you? Name's Barty. Barty Perwinkle. His mom, Agnes, apparently knows the previous owner and told him it was fine to crash here. And he honestly seemed shocked that I'd be upset, like squatting in a stranger's house was normal, like he'd just borrowed a cup of sugar, not my entire living room. I started to lose it. This wasn't just some misunderstanding, this was a full-blown home invasion. My PlayStation, my food, my couch colonized. He shrugs it off, mumbles that his mom handles stuff like this, then drops the clincher. "You can't make me leave. My dad's a cop. He'll sort you out." You ever feel your blood pressure spike so fast your ears ring? That was me. "Call him," I snapped. "I'd love to have a word." He does. And not 2 minutes later, I'm face to face with Officer Chad Perwinkle, Barty's dad. The man is a human bulldozer, jaw-set eyes, ice-cold badge shining like a threat. And from the get-go, I can see he's not interested in hearing my side. He walks in, sees his precious son, and immediately, I'm the criminal. "So you're the one causing trouble for my boy." He growls, hand on his holster like he's about to draw on me over a broken pizza box. I try to stay calm. I offer the deed mail everything, doesn't matter. To him, I'm the outsider. Maybe it's the color of my skin, maybe it's just that I dared to challenge his family. Either way he twists, the story starts barking legalese at me, resisting trespassing, disturbing the peace, and before I know it, I'm cuffed, hauled out of my own damn house, past a window full of gawking neighbors, tossed into the back of a squad car while Barty lounges on my couch, controller in hand, waving like a cartoon villain. That humiliation, seeing my sanctuary turned upside down, feeling like a stranger on my own street, it lit a fire in me I didn't know I had, but at that moment all I could do was ride to the station, hands numb, mind spinning. Booking was a blur of plastic bags, fluorescent lights, and a bench cold enough to freeze your soul. My charges: resisting arrest for tensing up, disturbing the peace for shouting, and investigative hold for trespassing in my own home. If you're shaking your head right now, believe me, I was too. I used my phone call to reach out to my cousin Deshaun, a no-nonsense paralegal with a history of saving my skin. "Deshaun," I managed, voice raw, "I'm in jail in Pleasant Pines. I got railroaded. He didn't even question it, just told me to sit tight, promised to get a lawyer, and said, 'You're not alone.'" That's when the second act started the counterattack. Because if there's one thing you learn in tech, it's that every system, no matter how rigged, has a weakness. Deshaun got Leanne Albright involved, sharp as a tack, red hair, blazing voice like a buzzsaw. She got me out, lined up a locksmith to resecure the house and set the legal wheels in motion, and together we started digging. Because the Perwinkle clan, Agnes, Chad, Barty, they weren't just entitled, they were running a racket. First came the petty retaliation, tires/bogus code complaints, tickets for imaginary infractions, always Perwinkle's name at the bottom. They even started harassing my family. My sister Aisha pulled over and threatened for visiting me, her kids in the back seat trembling. That's when the fear turned to cold, hard determination. "You want to make this personal? Fine, let's make it personal." With Leanne leading the charge, we started connecting dots. A little Facebook sleuthing, some auction records, whispers about Bartis builders. All roads led to the same scam, Chad abusing his badge to pressure landlords, Agnes running collections, Barty pretending to be a contractor. And every time someone pushed back out came the code violations, the tickets, the intimidation. They thought they owned Pleasant Pines. They thought nobody could stop them. But here's the thing, they got sloppy, and I know how to set a trap. With a little help from Mr. Henderson, a retired professor with a knack for drama and a hatred of bullies, we staged a sting. Set up cameras, created a scenario, a minor code violation, a flustered landlord, a request for help. Like clockwork, Chad showed up, offered to smooth things over if Henderson hired Barty, winked and named a price. Agnes came along for the ride, demanded a cash deposit, and practically spelled out the shakedown on tape. Barty, as always, just looked confused. We had them. Crystal clear. Audio, video, the whole Periwinkle trifecta incriminating themselves. Leanne bundled the evidence, sent it to the police chief, the DA, and just to turn the screws, a friendly reporter. Within days, Chad was suspended, Agnes and Barty arrested, the whole town buzzing. Turns out I wasn't their only victim. My case opened the floodgates, and suddenly people were lining up to talk about all the times Chad Periwinkle had bullied, threatened, or shaken them down. Charges stuck. Chad lost his badge pension and freedom, 3 years in state prison. Agnes got probation fines and the humiliating privilege of cleaning public toilets for community service. Her garden club booted her. Her name became a punchline. Barty, well, they figured he was just a pawn. He got probation court-ordered to actually find a job. Last I heard, he was bagging groceries and complaining about the man keeping him down. Me, I got my house back plus a fat civil settlement. More than that, I got closure, the knowledge that standing up even when the odds are stacked actually can make a difference. The first barbecue I hosted after I looked around at the neighbors who'd once watched from behind their curtains and realized the real story here wasn't just about me versus the Periwinkles. It was about what happens when a community wakes up, when good people stop letting bullies run the show. Even now, when I pass their old house, I feel a weird mix of relief and anger. Some days I still check over my shoulder, still flinch at shadows, but most days I just feel proud. Proud that I fought back, proud that I had people in my corner, and proud that I can sit on my own couch in my own house and tell you this story with my head held high. So now I gotta ask, what would you have done? Ever taken on the local bully or a crooked cop or a Karen who thought the rules didn't apply to her? Drop your thoughts below. Let's hear your stories. Because trust me, the only way these people lose is if we all stand up together. You know what I mean?